Thank you for getting together on short notice. What I want to do is take everyone through the last week and talk about what we're going to do going forward. Obviously, last week has been incredibly sad and difficult. Been working all day to try and get through this without breaking down too much, but last Friday night I was at a junior game in London and I got the call that you never want to get. Patrick called me and told me that Brendan had been killed in a car accident in Indiana, along with Mark Reedy, another fine young man, a friend of Brendan's. So Saturday, I had to fly to Pennsylvania and bring Brendan back to Boston. Did it in an air ambulance and reunited him with his mom and his brother and his sisters. Sunday was spent preparing, and Monday we had a wake, and it's a tribute to this young man that 1,200 people showed up. The line went around the block, and we were there for 8.5 hours. Tuesday, we had a funeral mass, and over 1,000 people showed up, and we had a reception afterwards for everybody to make it a celebration of Brendan's life rather than a wake. We did it the good old Irish way. Wednesday we had a private burial and went back to Toronto. So it's been a tough week. You get the call you never want, and it's not supposed to be this way. Your kids are supposed to bury you. It was compounded by the fact that Brendan was a special kid. Not too many 21-year-olds had blazed a trail like that. He had a huge heart, had a great future, and I promise that his message will live on. The accident was compounded by the fact, again, another young man, wonderful young man, Mark Reedy, was also involved in the accident. It was compounded by the fact that it was a sudden death. You don't get a chance to say goodbye. So it's been a very difficult week, a very incredibly sad time. I think people are entitled to ask, what's gone on in the last week. Dave Nonis, Cliff Fletcher, Dave Poulin, Ron Wilson have been terrific. We have a great staff, and that's part of the reason you assemble front office depth. I talked to the players individually tonight before, and I wanted to talk to you folks. I don't think my grief will ever end. I think a part of my heart was ripped out. But it's time to engage again and move forward as Brendan would have wanted. I need to thank some people, though. First off, the Burke and Gilmore families, Brendan's mom, Carrie, my wife, Jennifer, Katie, Patrick, and Molly. Katie and Patrick and Molly were awesome at the funeral. I want to thank Larry and Judy Tannenbaum. They've been unbelievable. They arranged for the air ambulance, and their support has been unreal. All of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, especially Richard and Colleen Petty. The NHL, especially Gary Bettman and Bill Daly, who came to the wake and the funeral. My Leaf teammates, the players, the coaches, trainers and staff that all showed up at the funeral, which was wonderful. The NHL teams, every team, most of the GMs made one of the events or another. And I think the hockey family is at its best in a time of loss, and I'll be grateful for that forever. My friends, Providence College turned out in huge numbers, and then what's really touching is the fans, the number of emails I've gotten and letters I've gotten from people I've never even met, expressing their condolences and support. And lastly, the media. The media has respected my privacy, which I'm grateful for, and I've gotten some wonderful condolence messages from people in this room and other people in the media all around North America, so I want to thank you for that. But it's time to move ahead. I'll never forget Brendan, and we're going to soldier on, and we'll go starting tonight, and then obviously we got to head to Vancouver tomorrow and focus on the Olympics. So questions, please, and thank you, everybody. Questions for me, please.
Strength of family, Brian. Ever realize in this time just how deep it is, and I mean the immediate family, and then, as you said, beyond that, how can that help get you people to the next step?
And I'm from a big family, and they all showed up, and that's one of the great treasures of being part of a big family is. I'm one of 10 kids, and the support from my immediate family was massive. My parents were there, and that part was terrific. But I expected no less from them. I expected no less from anyone involved, the people in this room.
Close the NHL is?
Yeah. Well, like I said, the NHL is at its best at a time of crisis or a time of loss. The hockey family, not just not just the NHL family that we know that's here. Emails from guys that played for me that are in Europe, all over Canada and the U.S. The support's been unbelievable. It's really helped. I mean, it would have been, as sad as this week has been, it would have been way worse. Could have been way worse.
Burke, you just mentioned bringing people together and how people rally around you. As a former player and as somebody in the media, what can we do to keep something alive in your memory?
Well, Miami University, where Brendan went, is a special place for us, obviously. Rico Blasi's the coach there. The whole team came. One of the players did some of the, Tommy Wengels did some of the readings at Mass, and they showed up and they adopted Brendan. And, Brendan, obviously the trailblazing step that Brendan took is he became, or went very public with the fact that he's gay and that was acceptable in the hockey world. And I think that's a wall that needs to be broken down, and that's what I pledge to keep working toward, is that this game should be open to everybody, and everyone should be welcome to play this game. And I think that was Brendan's message, and it took a lot of courage. And but I think, to answer your question, Miami University is establishing a scholarship in Brendan's name, and if people want to do something, we'll get that information on our website as far as how they can do that. Or they can donate to a program in his high school. He went to a wonderful Catholic high school, Severian Brothers High School outside of Boston, and the family's requested people can also donate there, and I'll make sure that information's on the website as well.
You talk about your decision not to go to the opening ceremony.
Yeah, I wanted to thank the players. I wanted to be here and